Welcome to day 5 of nervous system exploration using your breath. I hope this series has been helpful and informative for you. Today's practice is integration, talking about where we've come, and I have one more practice to share with you. I saved the best for last. It's my absolute favorite practice for resetting my breath and resetting my nervous system anywhere, anytime. So stay with me, and I'll be offering that at the end of class. So this week we've talked about how your breath is connected to your nervous system. And each practice may not have felt perfect for you. Your nervous system is uniquely yours. It is imprinted with your life experiences, which no one else has exactly like you. So there's different practices, there's different postures that yoga and mindfulness offer that are more tailored to you with personalized support from a yoga teacher or yoga therapist. And I would encourage you to explore that. Having a yoga therapist or a mentor is like getting into the carpool lane, right? You can be alone in the car in traffic and in congestion. You could feel stuck, alone, frustrated, and you just see that carpool lane and it's just one car after another, just smooth sailing. That's yoga therapy with an experienced yoga therapist. It's like getting into their car and them helping to avoid any of the known obstacles, the congestion. They can provide tools to navigate the way. I've shared some of those tools with you, specifically how the inhale breath is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. Yoga would call this energy rajas. It's our motivated energy, but out of balance, it turns into overdoing, pushing through, and can lead to burnout, can lead to feeling stuck in a parasympathetic nervous system state. Yoga calls this tamas. We need both rajas and tamas. We need the motivation and we need steady rest. We need them at the right time in the right amount, and yoga helps us to balance these energies so that we can be in our center. So we can be in a sattvic state or a homeostasis state more often. Not always. The goal is not to be in this homeostatic hum, this sattvic state always, all the time. That's a little bit delusional. We are going to move into sympathetic, but how quickly we can get ourselves back is the measure of our resilience. I'm so curious what questions may be percolating for you. So if there is something, please do leave me a comment and I will be sure to get back to you. If you have had trauma, if your nervous system has been conditioned for fear to stay safe, you may have patterns of holding your breath, holding it in on the inhale or holding it out on the exhale. I would encourage you to see if you can begin to notice, if you're working on something and you're at your desk and you're working really hard and you notice, oh, I'm not breathing. Okay, that is winding tension in your nervous system. It's storing it. And so later when something else not so activating happens, but for some reason you have this reaction and it doesn't add up, but you can't explain it. And it doesn't even matter. It's just how you feel. Your nervous system may be holding something from the past, and yoga and mindfulness can help you to unwind that, live with more ease. When we live with more ease, we also live with more confident in how we will show up in a situation, or less fear that we are going to react in a way that we're not going to be proud of later. All sorts of important reasons for tending to our nervous system. It's also our social engagement system. I didn't talk about that in this series. I'll save that for another series. But our nervous systems are communicating with one another. So my stressed out nervous system and your stressed out nervous system, they recognize each other. My nervous system recognizes the homeostasis nervous system as well, but they're communicating with one another. And so it's really important that we take care of our own system. It's not our responsibility to fix somebody else's nervous system. It's ours to care for our nervous system. The more steady we are in our own nervous system, the more we will radiate that out to others. The best way of sharing yoga and mindfulness is by modeling it, by leading it, by doing as you say, practice what you preach, and not trying to push these practices that you've learned onto other people. They may not be ready for them, and they may not be heard. All right, let's get into the last breath practice. This practice is called the Physiological Sigh. It is going to reset your breath. We'll do it 3 times. In between the breaths, we're going to wait and just take a couple organic breaths and let our body naturally reset. I've used this when I've been hiking and my heart rate has gotten too elevated. I've used it when I just feel like I can't get a full breath. It helps to reset and to continue onward. So wherever you're at in your breathing cycle, take an inhale and just sigh it all out. For the physiological sigh, we'll begin with the inhale, inhaling in and pausing once you reach the top. When you've reached the top of your inhale, take a sip more breath in. And then sigh it all out. You could do this through your nose or your mouth. If you chose your mouth to exhale through this time, try it with exhaling it out through your nose on one of the next 2 times. Again, if you tried through your nose, maybe try exhaling out through your mouth just once or twice, just so you can feel into the difference and help create a body memory that you can do both. Okay, let's do number 2 and 3 back to back together with a pause in between. So when you're ready with your inhale, begin to draw it in all the way to the top. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Pause once you feel you've reached the full capacity of your breath and take a sip more. You might feel your ribs expand there and sigh it out. Perhaps close your eyes for a moment and just allow the next couple breaths to come on their own. Last one together. When you're ready, draw in your inhale. Sip. Exhale. Pause. Notice how you're feeling. You can take this practice with you into your week, just like the practices we shared throughout the whole practice. Just like the practices I shared throughout the whole series. I'd love to hear in the comments which practice is your favorite. And if you're looking for more yoga like this and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. That lets me know you want more videos like this. And it also matters. It helps me to keep going and keep making videos for you and others. Thank you for being here with me. I hope this 5-day exploration has been informative and also nourishing. Take good care.